Welcome guys and girls, and welcome to another Division video. Now in today's video I'm going to be doing my version of the 6-piece reclaimer. Now for those who know me, I'm usually a firearms DPS type of guy, but I think it would be rude not to give some credit to the healers within the division, and I've been playing Reclaimer a lot recently as we don't have a healer for our squad anymore. So within PvP and PvE, in my opinion, I just think it's totally vital to have a Reclaimer build. We've been playing a lot of skirmish, and in all honesty we've not lost a game with having a Reclaimer in the team. So yeah, let's jump right in and I'll show you how I build my 6-piece Reclaimer. Now as you can see from the top, I'm on around 3,000 firearms, 3,000 health, and then I've dumped the rest into electronics, so it's just over 10k. Now the weapons I'm using is the house and the lightweight M4. Now I'm using the house just so I can do a little bit of damage, but you know, you don't want to be too aggressive playing Reclaimer, but I do get kills, and this is the perfect weapon to do that. So I haven't got the best roll, as you can see. Competent works perfectly, but I could do with something else because responsive's obviously inactive. And then this is the gun that I use for PvP. I use the lightweight M4 with competent again. Now intense, I just wanted to try something different here and try intense again. Now I do have a philosophy behind using this talent, and it works quite well. It's so, if I start shooting a player, and obviously 9 times out of 10 he's a DPS build, if I can put him on fire, I can load a lot more bullets into him while he's under the status effect. So it does work quite well. And then also Unforgiven just gives me that increased damage. It's not the best roll gun for PvP, but it works for me. Now I alternate it within PvE. I use this in PvE, competent, talented and ferocious. Now for me in PvE this works perfectly. I'd possibly like talented on my PvP gun as well, just if in case I get the finishing kill and I can get the increased skill power. But yeah, they're the two weapons that I run. Obviously as normal, the mods that I'm using are all critic damage mods, and then the same goes for the lightweight M4. Now moving to the chest, I have this rolled onto electronics. I have the usual health roll, and then I have skill haste. Now the way I build it is I get max skill haste within the Reclaimer build, 40%, because for me it's vital. If I see a teammate, whether it's in PvE or PvP, and they're just about to fall down, and I know that I haven't got my healing skills back, there's nothing worse, because that's what I'm there for. I am the healer for the squad. So yeah, I have skill haste, ammo capacity also, which is nice. Now onto the backpack. I have skill power rolled as the major, and then electronics, and then I have burn resistance. Now the mods that I'm going to be using across the build is skill haste mods, and then also support station healing speed. Now there is a reason why I use the healing speed, and it's mainly in PvP, because with the Predator's Mark I find if you use the performance mods for the extra range, then it's a lot more difficult to dip in and out of the immunizer to cleanse your bleed. So for me the healing speed is a must. You need these mods on the build, definitely. And I'll just show you the mods for the chest. I just forgot. Skill haste, electronics, exactly the same as the backpack. Now on the mask I have electronic skill power with disorient resistance. It's a pretty nice mask. It's got max armor, so it works quite well. Now for the gloves, same again, rolled onto electronics. I have the skill haste, as I said it's going to be across the whole build. I have SMG damage, just because I'm using the house, I'm trying to get as much damage as I can onto it. And then I have crit hit chance. Now it doesn't really matter because I'm not there to do much damage, but I'd possibly prefer crit hit damage instead of the chance. But yeah, that's just a minor change I'd like. The knee pads, these are really nice knee pads. They're on next to max armor. They have skill power, electronics, and then they have the damage to elites for the PvE side of it. You know, that works pretty nice. The mods again are the same, electronic skill haste, and then the healing speed performance mod. And then finally the holster, yet again the skill haste. Everything's, it's probably the only piece I've got that's totally maxed out on the stat rolls. And then finally it's another support station healing speed. Now let me just show you the healing speed quickly, just a little tip. So where, if say it's in, say for PvE sake, and I'm with me squad, you know, I'm not going to drop my box here because a good squad always pushes forward. So if the fight's over here, I'm going to throw my box down. Now you can see that the range is pretty big anyway, you know, and for me in PvP, the smaller the range the better, because if you have extended range mods on, your healing station's probably going to come out to about here, and that is going to be very difficult because we all know 80% of the players in skirmish now are running Predator's Mark, and if your range is out here, it's going to be really difficult to just pop in and out of the immunizer. So if you keep it around this range with the healing speed mods, then it works really well. So yeah, I'll just go into the character sheet and I'll show you I do have 40% skill haste, and like I say, this is a must for me. You know, you can have whatever you want. You can have increased skill power and it looks great, you know, you can have a little bit more skill power, maybe 360, 370, but without the skill haste, I mean, just look how fast, if you look how fast that healing station is coming back, I think it's going to be around 14 seconds. You know, you want them fast cooldowns because it's just vital to keep your team alive. So I'll show you the quick, when I pop competence on the house is doing 17k, so that's 17k, and then obviously when you're in combat you get the card counter, so it could be around, you know, 20k, which is I've always said this gun's a bit too OP, but that is ridiculous, 20k damage with 3k firearms. So yeah, that's exactly why I use it. Going over to my abilities, obviously straightforward skills what I use. I'm using the overheal. Now I have tried using the defib, but with the bad servers in the game, you know, you 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna pick your teammate up. But saying that, it is good for PvE. It's a great skill for PvE. But in PvP, I use the overdose. And then 14 seconds it was, so it's 14 seconds for the cooldown on my support station. And then the healing rate is just under 26,000. Now I've seen videos where you heal them, well, I've seen them like healing rate of 30,000 plus, but then when I click on the video, that's with talented proc and all these stacked talents on, so you know, it's not the true healing rate. So that's what we do in this channel. I'll just show you how it is. That's exactly what you can get off the bat. So 25.7 is going to be the healing rate for this build. And then each talent I use here is an absolute must. I use precision because obviously I can't run pulse or anything like that, but if you hit a headshot, you're granted the pulse for 10 seconds. Now I use triage the triage I'm using, I use that because I constantly firing heals at teammates on the floor. They're in and out with them, so triage gives me that increased cooldown, and on top of the 14 seconds, you know, for the healing station, it works perfectly. Critical save. Now I run this on every build. You know, you can choose what you want, but for me, especially in PvP, that is the best talent to run. And then the most important talent for this build is combat medic, because you are the team healer. You know, you're there to keep the team alive. I always look, when I'm on Reclaimer, I'm constantly looking at the bottom corner, looking at my teammates' health, and as soon as they need a med kit, if I haven't got my box, then I always pop it. So this is the most important ability within this build. So yeah, that is the build, guys. If you've got any questions about the build, you know, feel free to ask me. Now, usually I put the gameplay before the build, but in this video I'm just going to leave a little bit of gameplay. It was really hard to get gameplay for a healer because it's, you know, the action is a bit different, the playing style's a little bit different, but I'll leave a little bit of gameplay to show you what the build's like, and I hope you enjoy. And until next time, guys, I'll speak to you later.